It's Ash from SuperVideos back for another live stream Q&A. This is going to be Q&A 161. As always, write your questions in the chat and we'll get started here. Ronnie Thomas is already on the chat. Hi Ash, hi, how are you Ronnie Thomas? Glad you could join. Ronnie Thomas, so a question that's been bugging me for quite some time. The producer said originally Rick was supposed to die in season 8. So I wonder how would they have killed off Rick. They probably had a similar idea as what they did, but they would have made him disappear or supposedly die during All Out War or near the end of All Out War. That would have pissed off a lot of fans for sure. I'm glad they didn't do that at least. But they probably had a similar idea in terms of how they want to do it. Like him blowing the bridge to save everyone else. That was their intention, I guess. Or I think that was their plan all along. Ronnie Thomas, and also how would season 9 have changed if Rick died in season 8? The thing is, season 9 wouldn't have been that different because they could have given everything related to Rick in season 9 to Michonne or Daryl. They could have easily given it to him. It wasn't anything that they really needed for Rick. Like they could have easily remixed it and given it to someone else. So it's not like if Rick died in season 8 or supposedly died, then things would have completely changed in season 9. I think they would have still headed towards a similar direction. Obviously, it wouldn't have the storyline regarding Rick that it does now, but it would have still had the same effect, I think. Ronnie Thomas, do you think Daryl should have died a long time ago? The thing with Daryl is I am a fan of the character, but sometimes I feel like not only do they give him more storyline than he really needs, but also at the same time, they give him storyline of other characters from the comics, which pisses off a lot of fans. And they fail to give him interesting, unique stories nowadays, which is what's bothering me the most. But I am a fan of the character. The character himself has become stale during the last season. Not season 9, I mean last couple seasons before season 9. In season 9, they did good, but at the same time, he stole a lot of other characters' storylines, if you think about it, from the comic book. But I have a love-hate relationship for Daryl at this point. Marshall Shugov, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Do you think they beat them? Yeah, you're probably getting blocked, but I'll put you in timeout. Ask normal and questions, then we'll keep you on. But if you want to do those things, then you're not on the chat. Ronnie Thomas, do you think the virus is the wrath of God, like many people of the show think, or wrath of God? It is what you want to make it. Obviously, even if they explain it, you could still make that case, like you said. But I think that's something that it's people's not imagination, but it's people's perspective on things and their perception on things. So one person could look at it that way, another person could think of it as BS. So it's something that may be different for each person a bit, right? But yeah, I see what you mean. Ronnie Thomas, imagine they said the virus origin is extraterrestrial. How would the community react? I hope they don't go that route because that diminishes the story and the interest, or not interest, but how good this story is. If they add in that, then it takes away that a little bit, from that a little bit. Ronnie Thomas, what would they do? What would they do with the comics now? It remains to be seen. The next issue is a really big issue, I think, because it paves the road for future stories and where we're heading. So because of that, next issue is a very important issue because it could give us an example or an idea of how comic book without Rick would look like and how it might be and where the story might be heading. One announcement that I have before continuing. So I'm not going to be able to do any videos this weekend. So that means that we're not going to have our Q&A on Sunday. And also, I'm not going to be able to react to the episode on Sunday for Fear the Walking Dead. So that's going to be pushed as well. The Q&A is not going to be pushed. That we'll just skip it. But the reaction to Fear the Walking Dead, I will probably do that Monday or maybe Tuesday even, depending on when I get to it. But I'll post that reaction a little bit late, and also my breakdown of the trailer of the next episode. That's going to come a little bit later as well. We will be back on schedule again after that, but this weekend is just, I'm going to miss a couple videos this Sunday specifically. Ronnie Tom, and I'll say that again at the end of the stream, just in case people miss it, or if people miss it, just so that they're not expecting it. Ronnie Thomas, do you think the Sheriff Kapoor might be the doppelganger of Rick, but more brutal? I hope they don't go that route. I think that's a little cheesy, and maybe partially even, what do you call it? Not shocking because we can see it coming. I hope they don't do that. They could, but I just hope they don't. Because I think there's more interesting things you could do with that than just have him be what you said. You know, a doppelganger of Rick, but more brutal. I think that's a cliche, and it's I think cheesy as well. Ronnie Thomas, do you think Colin might be with Sophia? We don't know what they're doing with Sophia because she hasn't been around anymore. She's in the story, but she's in the background. It'll be interesting to see what they do with Sophia. I'm not really interested to get a Carl Sophia story, like you say, because Lydia's there, and I think that's another cliche story that they could tell. I am interested to see what they're going to do with Sophia, though. Bring her back into the story a little bit. Ronnie Thomas, that would create a rivalry between Lydia and Sophia. Yeah, I get what you meant by that, but I just think it's a little cliche. And if they were going to do that, they would have done that a long time ago. And two, I think there's more interesting stuff you could do with Sophia and even Lydia and Carl than to give them this love triangle storyline. It could, some people might find that interesting, but I think the majority of fans will not really find that any interesting because there's more interesting story that could be told. Ronnie Thomas, which character do you think they will kill off in the comics? My top two at this point would be... Actually, it's very difficult because... Yeah, it's very difficult. I don't think they're going to kill any major character anytime soon because they just recently killed Rick. If they're going to kill a major character, Negan's at the top of the line. I don't think they're going to kill Negan, but... or list, not line. At the top of the list. I don't think they're going to kill Negan at this point because they killed off Rick. But even if they are going to kill someone, it would have to be Negan. He's at the top of the list. Mario, what's up, Ash? We got new theory. What's up, Mario? Glad you could join. What new theory are we talking about? And again, for those of you that might have missed it, the upload schedule this weekend is going to look a little shaky because Sunday I'm not going to be able to post any videos, so that means we're going to skip our Q&A and also the reaction to Fear the Walking Dead, the next episode, episode 5. will be late. Is it episode 5? I think so. It will be late. It will come probably Monday or Tuesday. And also, along the same lines, the breakdown of the trailer of the next episode for Fear the Walking Dead will be late as well. It'll come again, maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday. We will be back on schedule after that, and we will definitely get to the comic review on time. It's just that this Sunday I'm not going to be able to upload any videos. Ronnie Thomas, imagine the walkers disappear, but the show continues. Would the series still be good? I don't think so. I think it'll piss off a lot of fans because this is a zombie show. If there's no zombies, no one's gonna watch. I know a lot of people that stopped watching The Walking Dead because walkers stopped being a big threat, and I think that just shows if they're completely gone, the walkers, no one's gonna watch. If you're asking me, will I watch? I think if they continue telling stories that are interesting and grounded in reality, given that, there's still the threat of potential walkers, but we just don't see any walkers, then I'm completely fine with that. But if they completely say there's no more walkers on the planet, I don't believe it first, so it's not grounded in reality. But again, if they tell interesting stories, then I'll still be on board. But at the same time, I want the story to be grounded in reality. Critical King Cancer 14, people keep saying Fear is getting better, but it's not. Oh, it's really not. I just can't get over Nick and Madison. See, I had hopes for Fear this season after the episode Dwight crossed over. But then it died down again. So at this point, I think Fear is just an okay show. It's never going to be something that I'm going to be extremely excited and interested about. Never. But it's an okay show. It's a good show to watch when The Walking Dead is not on. And that's all I see it as. And at this point, I see it as a playground for The Walking Dead, really. Because we see that most of the major characters we loved and wanted to get to know and invest time watching in Fear the Walking Dead, they died. Nick, Madison, Travis, Strand, they killed him off, they brought him back. But I feel like more and more we're heading towards a Fear the Walking Dead that's just a playground zone for The Walking Dead. Because we have had 2 major crossovers, and now they are telling Rick's movie story, not his complete story, but basically giving us some backstory for that in the show, in Fear the Walking Dead. So, in a way, Fear the Walking Dead Season 5 could be looked at as a plot tool to hype us up for the movie and to give us some context for the movie. And I feel like we're slowly moving to a direction where Fear is less and less becoming a standalone thing on its own. And it's slowly going away from providing any kind of unique, interesting stories on its own. Which sucks, but that's just what they've been doing, it seems like. Mario, there's a tape Althea holds called The Bug in episode on Sunday. It's the same tape from season 4, which she was keeping from Morgan and others, so the theory is that Althea already met CRM. That could be, but at the same time, would she share that information with the other people? If she knows about the CRM and she was keeping that from them, then why did she tell John, I think I have a story? Or John and June? Told them that there's something, If she knew about it and she was keeping it from the others, then I feel like she wouldn't have even mentioned that to the others about there being a story. She would have tried to cover it up even more. So that's the only downside of that theory. But other than that, it's possible. Critical King Cancer 14, and didn't they say Troy's coming back? They lied to us, I think. He's not coming back. And it was ridiculous because he was shot in the head, I think, in the ear somewhere, very close to his head. So he was not shot, sorry. He was hit with a hammer in the head, in the temple, I think. And so he was as good as dead. And the water took over. The place flooded. He was under there. He was unconscious. The place exploded. So I think it's extremely unlikely for him to have survived all of that. And they start to form strategies how they would Daryl and the others face up this new threat. Again, that's not grounded in reality. So I'm not interested in things that are not really grounded in reality, because they're going with a story, or they've presented something that's mostly been grounded in reality. So if they move away from that, it's gonna lose me as a fan. I don't know about others. Mario, as far as I heard, they made mistakes with Daniel Sherman and Daniel Salazar. Troy wasn't even coming back after the injury. I don't know who Daniel Sherman is. I don't know who that is. But Daniel Salazar, yeah. They wanted to kill him off, but they left it open for him to come back, for sure. And they did bring him back. Ronnie Thomas, imagine Rick and Lee traded story. How would the two of them face in the other story? I talked about this before. I think the stories would have been extremely different, because Rick and Lee are completely different characters, and they have different ideologies, characteristics, and they're just two different types of survivors. And also, Lee, it's still pretty early on in the apocalypse when we know him, right? So it's a little different from Rick at this point. Even Rick at the start was a little different than Lee, like in characteristics. But generally speaking, I think it would have been completely different stories. Critical King 10214, Gimple just effed up the Walking Dead universe. Well, the Walking Dead's TV show is okay right now. It's doing good. Last season was good. The movie, I am concerned about what they're going to do. Fear is a lost hope at this point. Not in a way where it's terrible. It's just an okay show. But I don't really want to invest too much time talking about it. And the comics, I don't know what they're going to do in the comics, honestly. Ronnie Thomas, did you know the prison Lee was about to be sent was the same prison Rick and the others found? Oh, that, really? That's very interesting. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. That's a cool tidbit. I didn't know that. Ronnie Thomas, do you think Lee's death was dumb? Yes, they could have handled how he was better, but they handled the aftermath of him dying perfectly. I think his send-off was one of the best send-offs of any character in the Walking Dead universe. Ronnie Thomas, how would the game have changed if this took place in the Fear the Walking Dead universe? That's a loaded question, because there's so many things involved in that. It would have definitely been different. That's all I can tell you. But then again, at the same time, Fear is in the same universe as The Walking Dead TV show. The Walking Dead TV show is based off of the story and the universe from the comic book. So, in a way, it's similar, right? So, most of the key things would have been the same, like how the universe is and how everything is done. Specific details would have definitely been different, obviously, but I think at the end of the day, like I said, it's a loaded question, and there's a lot of things involved. Mario Daniel Sharman is a real life actor of Troy. Oh, okay. Yeah, they really messed up with Troy, for sure. I agree with that. Daniel Salazar, they left it open, they brought him back. But with Troy, they didn't even try to leave it open. I mean, they killed him off. If they bring him back, then someone is on crack or something, because there's no way he's coming back. Mario, maybe Althea doesn't directly know the symbol and that stuff, but she met people in their organization because Althea is also very secretive. That could be a possibility. If they explain it like that and they explain it right, then it would work, for sure. I'm going to mention this again. Keep mentioning this till the end of the stream, just in case people miss it. This weekend, the uploads are going to be very shaky. Sunday, I'm not going to be able to upload anything. So that means and Saturday, I'm not going to do any videos either. But Sunday, I'm going to miss the Q&A. So we'll skip that. And also, I'm going to miss the Fear the Walking Dead episode. So I'm going to have to react to it after, maybe Monday or Tuesday. Same goes for the trailer breakdown. That's going to be pushed back to either Monday or Tuesday as well. The comic review will be on time. I'll try to make it on time. I'll even sacrifice the other 2 videos, Fear videos, for the comic just to make sure the comic is on time. But the Fear videos, I'll definitely upload it by the end of the week next week. I just don't know exactly when. I'll try to do it by Monday and Tuesday. But if I don't, then it'll have to come after that. But again, I'll do my comic review first and then the others. Ronnie Thomas, how would Carl and Clementine react to each other? Would they have fallen in love or just a rivalry? Well, I'm assuming and I hope you're referring to young Carl. I think it would have been the same with Carl and Sophia in the comics. They would have been extremely close friends to a point where they're like family. I don't think that would have been very different. I think Clementine would have been kind of like Sophia for Carl if she was there. Ronnie Thomas, do you think Kenny is a good guy? He was bit, right? I think he died at the end of last episode in the last season. But I think he was a very extreme guy, a very hot-headed guy. But at the end of the day, he was a good guy, I think. Mario, I'm totally staying off YouTube. I want to watch episode myself without knowing anything because this is probably the most weighted episode of the whole season. Yeah, maybe. For Fear, yeah, and that's only because of the connection to the movie. Ronnie Thomas, was your reaction when they said they were gonna remove Rick? What was your reaction when they said they were gonna remove Rick? From where? I'm confused. Remove Rick from the TV show? I was very surprised and pissed off a little bit. I'm assuming that's what you mean, like when they took Rick off the show for moving him to the movie. Critical King Cancer 14, every season she gets 2 years older. Clementine? Oh, Clem. I didn't know that. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. But I just played season 1. I haven't started season 2 yet. I've completely done season 1. Season 2 will start next week. Not next week, the week after probably. Next week is going to be very, very tight because I'm going to have to do the comic stuff, the review. I'm going to have to catch up on the videos I'm going to miss this Sunday. And also, if anything comes up from the episode on Sunday, I'm going to have to do videos for those. So it's going to be extremely tight. So I don't think I'll get to any gaming videos next week. All right, we are 27 minutes in. We'll go for another 5 minutes, and we'll end it here. It's been a good. There's been a good discussion on this stream so far, which is great. We'll go for another maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, the max. Ronnie Thomas, what do you think is the worst decision they made in the whole Walking Dead universe, including Fear? I would say. Crossing Morgan into Fear the Walking Dead from the original show. Biggest mistake. Actually, that's very close to what they did with season 8, the decision to make All Out War a whole season and just stretch the story. I think these two would be the biggest. And if we're including the comics, then Rick's death would be third. The way they handled his death. Ronnie Thomas, for me, it was to kill Frick in the comics and to make him disappear. Not to make him disappear. I'm assuming you mean in the TV show. I think that was a good decision. I think that was marketing-wise, flawless, you know. To expand the franchise, perfect decision. To maybe make the TV show a little bit more interesting because you're focusing on other characters, again, very good. It had its downside for sure because we miss Rick, but I think they were more good than bad coming out of moving Rick from the TV show to the movies. Ronnie Thomas, do you know Harry Potter? I know Harry Potter, but I just haven't read the books or watched the movies. Mario, do you know do you know that Althea helped people before Apocalypse? They were stuck in some kind of land with Warlord, and he took supplies of these people, and Althea helped them take what's theirs. When was this revealed? I completely missed it, if they revealed it. If they reveal it in this episode, please don't, say things from the next episode, because we haven't watched yet. Mario, Ronnie Thomas, do you know what kind of ride will AMC get if they killed Rick in the TV show? Ratings would drop high. There's an argument to be made about that, for sure. Mario is back in season 4. I must have missed it then. That's a cool backstory for sure. I think I might have completely missed that then. Alright, so we'll go for another 4 minutes of rapid fire Q&A, and that'll be the end of the stream. Ronnie Thomas, why Daryl does not have a beard like Rick? I mean, they have the same kind of age. In the TV show universe, I think Rick is older. I think. But that's beside the point. I agree. How does he shave? You would think everyone has bushy beards, Or that was actually just true at the start, before they found the community. Now you can explain it a little bit. In their communities, they have razors or something, Like, the questions are dying down a little bit, so we'll go for another minute, and that'll be the end. Mario, Ash, I can't wait, or I can't watch episode 48 hours early since I am from EU. You won't get anything spoilery from me, and if I wouldn't watch Tell You without spoiler tag. Yeah, thank you very much, I appreciate it. And yeah, I'm not going to be able to watch it until Monday probably, or Tuesday, so you'll know what happens in the episode before me anyway. Ronnie Thomas, do you think Rick was right in season 5, or he was going mad? Season 5. I think if you pushed Rick at that point even further than where he was, he would have gone mad. He was going crazy for sure. He was becoming more and more dark and brutal, that's for sure. Alright, so that's it for this stream. Thanks everyone for joining and asking questions and supporting the channel. I appreciate it. Again, last time I'm going to say this on the stream, obviously, because I'm going to go. But this weekend, there will be no uploads on the channel. That means that Sunday, we're going to miss our Q&A. I'll skip it. And also, the Fear the Walking Dead episode, I'm going to miss it. So the reaction to that episode is going to come later, probably Monday or Tuesday. And also the episode breakdown for the next episode, or the trailer breakdown for the next episode will be pushed back as well to Monday or Tuesday. I will do my best to do that, both of those videos next week, but I will for sure do the comic review before I do the other two videos. Obviously, if you don't know, next week the issue for the next comic, then the next comic issue comes out. So I'm going to review that, and then after that, I'm going to work on the videos for reaction and also the breakdown of the trailer. Last question, or last comment from Mario. We don't get episode till Monday night, so you will find out first, I guess. No, I think you'll still find out first, because I'm going to probably be able to watch Monday night. Not Monday, or not Monday night, sorry, Tuesday evening probably. I'll be able to get to it, because I'm not going to be home until Monday evening, I think. So there's a chance I might not even be able to watch Monday. So I think he'll still watch before me. Anyway, that's basically it for this stream. Thanks everyone. I'll see you guys soon.